Welcome out, everybody. Welcome out to Traveling Beast Radio Show. So as I mentioned before, I got a special guest here today. And today's special guest is Tyler. Tyler has some amazing talent, some amazing talent. And you're going to learn more about him, where to find him, you know, what his brand is and all those things. But first and foremost, before we jump into this interview, I just want to say, everyone, go ahead and share, like, comment on this radio interview, and then go ahead and also go to travelingbeastradioshow.com so that you can opt in. You can get all the episodes, and you can listen to interviews from 6-7 figure earners that not only make 6 and 7 figures, but also high 5-figure earners. And you're also going to get people that just push the limits in general. So it's not all about money here, it's all about pushing the limits. And today's guest, as you guys are going to hear, has done exactly that, pushing the limits. And today, on the first question, Tyler, first and foremost, welcome out, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Of course. Now, the first question I want to ask you today is, a lot of times what happens is people online, you know, they don't really see their accomplishments as a high of a success as others do,
Yeah.
right? But from the outside looking in, I know that you have some amazing accomplishments, and I know that you also see those at a very high capacity or high level, if you will.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask you, what was your first highest success, and what helped you to accomplish that breakthrough? Again, not necessarily monetary, but again, you've done some amazing things athletically. So
Yeah.
whatever route you want to go with that, I just want people to hear from you.
I'll go more business. So we can go athletic a little bit later.
Okay.
But it was like 2 years ago, man, and my uncle and my grandpa have been trying to teach me the stock market for the longest. You know, when I was younger, because it was stocks, it just looked like, it was like, what the heck is this?
Right.
You know, and it looked like symbols. And I mean, who wants to watch numbers and symbols all day? That just looks boring. It's not interesting, right?
Right.
And then they were telling me, they're like, yo, no, you can actually make money doing this. Like,
Right.
you know, and my grandpa used to show me his holdings, and my uncle used to show me, you know, the newspapers. He's like, well, we do it a little bit old school over here, you know, so he would have his newspapers and stuff just sitting there, just reading the newspaper. And I'm like, dude, if that's stock trading, I don't want anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe 2 to 3 years ago, I discovered, like, I had general info about the stock market and how the tickers moved and how the charts move. But it was 2 or 3 years ago that I discovered, like, Forex. And you got a lot of Forex traders who, you know, speak gas. Like, they just gas themselves like they're beasts and doing it big or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But as a trader, like, you would go to my Instagrams and my pages, you will never see me boasting, like, yeah, I made X amount today. Why?
Right.
Because it's not anybody's business. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But just to piggyback off of that, I feel like my biggest and highest success is, I'm not going to share the money amount that I made, but just the amount of people that I helped to prosper.
Right.
So I used to run a group, like a little trading group back in the day. It was a really unique group. When people came in, I made them make videos, like, introduce yourselves. I just wanted that whole family type vibe,
Right.
you know. And I was, I think I was charging like $350 a head at that time. So 100 times $350, I was 35 grand,
Nice.
just on students alone or whatever.
Right.
And that, not even counting like what we were trading, because man, most of those guys are prosperous. In my accounts today, I can still check. Like, you'll see, like, you know, you got like the back end, because I had them plugged into Traders Way. Like, you know how you can become an IBO or affiliate,
Right.
You know, so they've signed up under my link. So I'll come some mornings, I'll wake up like, yo, you know, I'll show her, like, I'll show my fiance, like, yo, hey, look, we made this amount in our sleep. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And this is just like on the side, just for the students making money,
Right.
which means that the teaching's paid off. So, you know, not monetary wise, but just teaching. I feel like the highest success was to be able to get a chance to teach 100 people how to trade in the foreign exchange market. But I feel like it's cool because, like, I'm just this little 22-year-old kid, 21-year-old kid, and you're learning from me, you know. And it's just like, yo, people actually appreciate your skill set, and they don't see
Right.
your age as a number. So to this date, I think that's the highest success, only because I was able to change lives in a sense,
it.
you know.
Yep.
So money wise, like, that's me raking in bread, and
Right.
it changed my life, but it's not helping anybody else.
Exactly.
You know, so that's that first question, that's definitely my highest success.
I love it,
Thank
man.
you,
So
bro.
you heard from the man himself. Now, helping out 100 people, guys. Now, being able to actually relate to that, you know, is a good feeling. But I know there's a lot of people out there that want to help people make money online. They have aspirations to help people make money online, whether that's trading, e-commerce, building their own information product. But they just don't have either A, the time, the determination, or B, they don't have the knowledge or skill set. So good stuff, Tyler. Let's keep moving forward. I love it. Question number 2 is going to be, have you ever been discouraged, right? I figured we both would laugh at that.
Yeah.
And if so, what was your breaking and waking point? So what was the point where you kind of like broke down?
Okay.
And then share the point where kind of like, you know, you were able to wake up and burn through all that.
Okay, well, all right, so like we spoke about, remember I told you I moved to Atlanta for about 2 years. And I'm not going to say Atlanta is a bad country or, I mean, a bad city or anything, but Georgia, let's say Georgia, because I wasn't physically in Atlanta until my second year. But I was in Georgia, Snellville, Georgia.
Right.
Just listen to the name. It moved like a snail, you know?
Right.
And I'm a city kid coming to the straight country. So in a sense, as a creator and as an artist and as an athlete, I have nothing but space to create and do stuff. But even with all that space, bro, it was just me out there, me and my mom. So it's just like, okay, me and my mom, I got this big house in this big backyard. Now what? You know? So then I'm just trying to figure stuff like, I don't have any friends out here. I got to make friends. And it was discouraging, not because I had to make friends, only because it was depressing. I wake up and it's just big and open. I'm used to waking up and it's like I can call friends like, hey, you know, let's go here, let's go there, only because we're in the city and we can move. In Georgia, everything is like 30, 40 minutes away. I'm doing nothing but wasting gas.
Right.
You know, but just besides that, like I was depressed because I went from, you know, having a large following on Twitter and stuff to moving out to Georgia. And the reason I lost my Twitter is because I got hacked by Anonymous. And they clowned me, bro. I was so hot. But I mean, that's in the past or whatever. You know?
Right.
But basically, man,
I can relate.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Bro,
Yep.
They are savage, man. But basically, man, like I get out there with my mom and stuff, man, and you know, it's like you're a kid who comes from a lot and then you move to the country with nothing. Like your fans aren't there. You're not as popping as you was in your hometown. It's like nobody knows you. Now you're just this and you cease to exist. You walk by and people are just like, you're just regular, you know? So It was kind of like, hey, you're not who you say you are, but you could be who you say you are if you just make these changes. So we spoke about the discouraging part, and now I'm getting towards my breakthrough, you know?
Yeah,
so it was depressing. Like I was working 3 jobs, bro. I was working Home Depot, Target, and Kroger. Kroger in a deli, bro. I was making $7.50 an hour, working 33 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like working 33 hours. So 33 times 7, that was $200. Not counting the taxes they take out your check. And you know, if you don't file your taxes right, well, if you don't do your W-2s right, then a big chunk of your check is gonna be gone.
I can relate to that too.
A big chunk of my check was gone. So out of that 233, I would sometimes see 209, sometimes see 1 something, and I'd be like, I'm working 33 hours in the meat shack, making. I was hot, bro. So I'm like, okay, as not as an entrepreneur, but as somebody who's, you know, been in the city and stuff, like, what's the first thing you think? Okay, I need more money. I need to go get a second job, right?
Yep.
Idiots, right? So I go get a second job. That was like the dumbest thing I could do, right? So now I'm working 2 jobs, right? Working 2 jobs. I'm at Kroger and Home Depot. So I'm working at Home Depot in the tool department, hardware and stuff. And then I'm working at Kroger. So while I'm working at Home Depot, I had time at Home Depot. They give you a little pouch so you can put stuff in your stuff inside your pouch, like, you know, like the aprons. So I had a little notepad and I would walk around just writing raps in that, like, yo, I gotta get myself back focused to who I am and who I was before I came out to the country and just lost grasp of that, you know? So now I'm just talking about the breaking point, getting to that breaking point. So then, you know, fast forward, I get another job at Target because Home Depot was giving me like 12 to 20 hours. Sometimes I would get 20 hours. Still, with those 2 checks, I was barely scraping $300 a month. And those are 2 jobs. I'm spending all my time at work. Spending all my time at work. I'm commuting, going to work, coming home, waking up. And since I'm working 2 jobs, I really don't have no hours, you know? So then I'm like, what's the next best thing? Let's get a 3rd job, right? So I get a 3rd job, bro. I'm working at Target now as a box handler in the back. Like, we went out and stocked the stuff on the shelves and stuff. So that's 3 jobs. I don't have no time. I'm bored. I'm miserable. I'm miserable working 3 jobs because I'm hot, because I can't do nothing but work. My whole schedule is taken up. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do I have time to be me and have a little bit of fun? So after that, I was just like, hey, I can't take this no more. It was a breaking point. I'm like, I gotta find something. I gotta do something. I was like, yo, Grandpa, what's that stock stuff you were saying? You know, I was asking around, like, yo, what? I need a way out. So I get into I think I was in RE, bro, the network marketing company RE.
I remember that.
So I hopped in.
Some of our listeners probably remember that.
Yeah,
247-365 or something like that. Yeah.
RE. Yeah. So I get into RE, man, and I get my my faith back because I make like $1,500, and you know Peter was sending the checks out, so I'm like, oh, yo, okay, I'm eating now, so I'm like I was just so amped on. I need to quit my job. I'm just like, yo, this thing's gonna be for sure. I quit all my jobs, bro. I was like, I'm never going back. I haven't went back since, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I'm never going back, even if I struggle. It doesn't matter. And then and yeah, so
man, we got a round of applause for that. Hold on. We got some effects on here. We got some effects. Put a little bit of humor in there. All right, keep going, man.
Let's do it. So just, you know, fast forward, man, I learned the whole Forex thing, and then I'm getting down. But as I'm learning that, like as I'm learning the process, I just start teaching to my next year. And the only reason I started teaching after my first year is because I already had the game. Like since 16 years old. Like maybe I didn't listen to everything, but my uncles and my grandpa, like they showed me like, hey, this is where the chart is, this is how to use it. So adapting what I've already known, the old school to the new school, it was easy. It was just like, oh, it makes sense. Like, I already know this. It's like math, right? I hate math. Matter of fact, I failed math. So if you guys want to get in the stock market, you don't need math. You know what I'm saying? People think numbers, they think math. I can add money really, really fast. When it comes to all the other stuff, I can't do it. You know, but
next question is the square root of. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. So, no, that was good stuff. So you went from like being discouraged, having 3 jobs, like just a broken mentality, to now getting back in the game where, you know, you make some money with Ree, and you know, you're feeling good about yourself, and you know, that definitely is a waking point, because a lot of times when we get into those jobs, I know for me, I was working a 9 to 9, literally 12, 16 hours a day.
Sheesh.
And I didn't have a life.
Yeah.
That's discouraging. So we talked about this earlier. Anytime we become stagnant, and not just in business, but in life or anything else, we get discouraged. You know, so for you to be able to bounce back and just, you know, speak to your grandfather, and then not even pass math, and, you know, make some money with stocks, man, that's killer stuff, bro. So let's keep moving. Yep. All right, so number 3.
Okay.
Are there any opportunities, and if, you know, some people just answer to this one, they say check me out on Facebook or whatever else, but are there any opportunities for people to work direct with you outside of MLM or business opportunities?
Of course. Well, as you know, like, I'm a free runner, and I am a musician at the same time, and my passion is music, but I mean, like, bro, I have no fear. Like, I will jump off of anything, you know, and I showed you videos. So, you know, so outside of that, they could definitely connect with me on those skills. Like, definitely, we're at the peak of what free running could be and where it's translating into. And as businesses, small business and big businesses, just like when skateboarding really, really took off, everybody wanted to kind of get into that curve. So if people are listening, like, if you guys were smart, you would start working with all the free runners and stuff right now, only because that's about to be the next biggest sport. Because for one, it doesn't cost anything to get into. With skateboarding, you got to buy a board, you got to buy a helmet, you got to buy all these things. With free running, it's just like, go just chuck a trick, just throw yourself and see what happens, you know? And kids are just doing it because it's affordable, because they don't have to spend anything. So, I mean, that's like the new wave. And then outside of it also, like, I got a lot of stuff I help people with, like branding themselves, marketing. As you know, I'm a brand manager at Strength Project. We run 12 international brands right now, and I got 37 athletes that I manage too, you know. So, yeah, definitely. It's
doing your thing. We're live from YouTube right now.
Yeah, we're live from YouTube. So
you work with a lot of artists here, you know. So that's an amazing accomplishment there.
Yeah. So if they want to connect, definitely, you know, just all they have to do is hit me up. I'm Instagram Championship Balling, and Facebook you can find me at Tyler Moore. And
cool. That's that, man. So check him out, Tyler Moore. Check out his YouTube as well. Now, I'm going to move into the next question real quick, and then we're going to close this out pretty quick.
Okay.
I don't care what anyone says. Everyone loves to save money or make more of it, right? But for those still in grind mode, I interviewed Ashley last week, and she gave some amazing value on this question. But what is one thing that you've done over the course of time, or now, before, it doesn't matter when, to save money that's pretty beastly during your come up?
Ooh.
And I know this one kind of stumps people sometimes. And again, I know when I was first coming up, quote unquote, coming up in the industry, you know, I would save money by not paying for monthly subscriptions online. And I would get, let's just say people would give me free tools, right? And we'll leave it at that. Right. So I guess my point is that there's all types of different things that we do to try to, quote, get by or save money. And I think that this question is important in these interviews because not everybody can just go out and blow a bunch of money and buy advertising or do this or do that. So just any kind of way you got, man, to help you save some cash.
Well, as with building a business wise, I feel like, social media is the engine that people should be using off tops. But just as, saving and to get to where you want to get to, really, like, I sacrificed a lot, bro. Like, I don't watch TV anymore, you know what I'm saying? So we don't even have a TV in the room. And we save money on TV because all we need is Wi-Fi, And just on the premise of that, like, gas, like, we make sure we got a gas efficient whip. So, I mean, like, people think wealth is like, ball out, which it is. But then you got people like, and players like Warren Buffett. When I'm in Beverly Hills, bro, I see more Priuses than I do Bentleys, bro.
Right.
And it's not that they don't have Bentleys, but literally in every drive-through, you're going to see a Prius. Why?
Right.
Because it's a gas-efficient car. So people that are wealthy aren't thinking, yo, let me just be a shiny object to attract the fish, but I'm wealthy, so I don't need to attract that. I'm already attracting it in through my vibrations, and wealth is more of a mindset. So really is, just find ways to save that aren't affecting the lifestyle that you're living now, but that will invest into the lifestyle that you have coming into the future. And I really feel like the biggest thing to save is time, bro. Not even like money in the aspect, but find things that'll give you more time back. Like for those people working or, stuff like that, like we all have to work, just as life, you all have to work, but you will save time by finding something you're passionate about. And when you're truly passionate about it, 10 hours will go by and you haven't worked a day in your life, or you haven't worked that whole day, but technically you've been working the whole day, but it just doesn't feel like working. You will save more time, by doing that. I don't know who's all achieved their dreams yet, but even with that, I'm not saying that nobody go out and quit their job today and stuff like that, but I'm saying that just take baby steps. Like if you got to sacrifice going to the club just to save $100 to start that new business, smoking weed, like, you know what I'm saying? Even a blunt a day is like $10 a day. If you need to just sacrifice a little bit, like, all right, I can go a week, I can make $70. Like you didn't make it, but you saved $70, and that $70 you can put somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Or stuff like that. But definitely just find alternatives to the bad habits. And first, with finding alternatives, you got to understand what those habits are. And then you can point them out and say, that's where I'm going wrong. So it's like doing a SWOT analysis first, and then you're able to jump to that next level. So that's what advice, I would be able to.
That's powerful. You got my mind going, because a lot of times what happens is people don't realize they're buying Jordans, they're going to the club, they're buying drinks, they're doing all these things that they could have spent $500 in that month and put that back into their business.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's not always about necessarily saving it. It's figuring out where, can I save my time? And then where can I utilize that time to better invest into something that will contribute to my income, right? So like stop watching TV, you save money, and now you have time to actually generate an income.
Yeah, and you save time.
Right. So, man, killer stuff. I love it, man. We're moving right along. We got like one and a half more questions, if you will.
Let's do it.
So what would you say for all our listeners that want to know more about you? Where can they go, man? Where can they check you out? I know it's kind of redundant, similar to the question earlier, but let them know. We want them to follow you. We want them to, you gave some amazing value here today, so we want them to go check you out. Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, I would say appreciate you for letting me on your show, man. Like that's,
no doubt.
A high honor, man. I really appreciate that, Jermaine. And next, I just want to let you guys know that you can follow me on Instagram at Championship Ballin', like championship, like LeBron James championship, and then ballin', like balling out, but without the G. And then my name is Tyler Moore, but they call me Ty. And, the Tyler Moore name is extremely hard to brand right now. So, we just, because Mary Tyler Moore, and then, so we're working through those networks right now to do what we got to do. But definitely, you can Tyler Moore on Facebook. So, that's where you can follow me at.
Check the man out, Tyler Moore on Facebook, Championship Ballin' on Instagram, right?
Yes, sir.
And without the G. So, check this out. One last thing. Push the limits. You, my man, by sitting with you here in YouTube headquarters today, really just listening to some of the things you do, like jumping off buildings and jumping off bridges into water and all these crazy things, right?
Yeah.
You, my man, of all people, the environment that you're in, the athletes that you work with, y'all tend to push the limits.
Yeah.
Right? I know a lot of people, when they come into the industry, they just go through the motions. It's kind of like when you get a job, you just go and you go to collect a check.
Yeah.
So what would you say to anybody that can honestly that's listening in that can honestly say to themselves, look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm not putting in enough effort. I'm not pushing the limits. What would you say to that person? Something mentally that could help them really push the limits from you personally.
Mentally, I would tell them, like when they told me, hey, you're either gonna do it or you won't. There's no in between, because success is not in between. The middle class was set up as like a safe haven to make you think that it was the in between, but it's not. It's only rich or poor. Yep. So you're either gonna be rich or you're gonna be poor, and poor in the sense of a mindset, because rich is still in the essence of sense of just it's a mind state. You know what I'm saying? So what I would tell them is really, hey, you look in the mirror, you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. Guess what? You got to look at what you have. If you woke up in the morning and you were able to take a breath and just walk and be able to walk around your house, we're not even talking about food. We're just talking about the essence of being alive. You got a chance. You don't have no reason to complain. You don't have no reason to not get out there and do what you have to do. At that point, you're just lazy. So then you have to say, well, damn, I mean, look in the mirror. I know I'm lazy. It's time to make a change. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no excuse in the world that can stop you once the Creator's already blessed you with a new life or the awakening of life every single day. You know what I'm saying? So I just say, like, those who want it, they're gonna get it, and they will. They're gonna keep pushing. And for the person that's looking in the mirror and waiting, to take that jump, how long you gonna look in the mirror for? You feel me?
Yep. Well, stop looking in the mirror, everybody. Take that jump, right? Check out Tyler Moore if you guys want to see him actually jump, literally. Go to his Facebook. He's working on his new YouTube channel. He'll have that up soon. So check it out, guys. This has been an amazing interview with Tyler Moore, my man, out here from YouTube headquarters live. What I want you guys to do right now is check him out. Tyler Moore on Facebook, Championship Balling on Instagram. I want you to like, share, subscribe. Why? Because you probably win a laptop or a tablet or $25 or something like that, like Carletta Jones from last week. Just share this thing, like it, show us some love. We appreciate you guys. TravelingBeastRadioShow.com. See everybody on the next one.
Let's do it.
Peace.